Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about the Mad Magazine game from Parker Brothers. Parker Brothers created this game in 1979. It runs for about 60 minutes of game time, seats anywhere from 2 to 4 players, and is rated ages 8 and up. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? Mad Magazine is an American humor magazine that publishes satire of politics, entertainment, public figures, pop culture, in all formats. It was on the newsstands from 1952 all the way up until its last edition, which was printed in 2018. In 1979, Mad Magazine produced a board game. The Mad Magazine game was an absurdist version of Monopoly in which the first player to lose all of their money and go bankrupt was the winner. The game also included the Mad Magazine mascot, Mr. Alfred E. Neuman, on the cover, as well as on the back of the cards and across multiple areas on the board. The game has been released in multiple editions, as well as being printed in multiple countries, including Canada, France, Sweden, Germany, and Spain. The game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with 1 game board, 2 dice, 4 playing pieces in red, yellow, blue, and green, 24 cards, and a stack of play money. There are 15 $500 bills, 20 $1,000 bills, 10 $5,000 bills, and one $1,329,063 bill. Please note that the $1,329,063 bill could not be won by anyone unless your name is Alfred E. Neuman. To set up this game, shuffle the stack of cards, then create a draw pile by placing the cards face down on their space on the center of the board. Next, select a player to be the banker. The banker separates the money by denomination, places 1 $500 bill under the tough luck space, and hands each player 1 $5,000 bill, 4 $1,000 bills, and 2 $500 bills, making the total of $10,000 for each player. The rest of the money belongs to the bank. During the game, the banker must not mix his or her money in with the bank's money. Each player chooses a playing piece and places it onto the start space. Each player rolls 1 die. The lucky dog who rolls the lowest goes first. Then play proceeds in turn clockwise. To start playing, roll both dice and move the number of spaces that you roll. Roll with your left hand only. Whenever you roll with your right hand, each of your opponents gives you $500. Move in a counterclockwise direction around the outside track. If you move in a clockwise direction, you're a nerd person and may never play this game again. No matter what space you land on, follow its directions immediately. A few of the spaces will require explanation. If you are told to take a card, take the top one and follow its directions immediately. Then return it face up to the bottom of the draw pile. Unless you land on a double arrow, continue moving around the outside track of the board. If you land on a double arrow, immediately roll 1 die with your left hand and move according to your roll. If you start your turn on an inner track, roll 1 die only. Anywhere is one of the corner spaces on the board. Suppose you're told to send everyone else to anywhere. First, they go there immediately. Then each, as his or her regular turn, rolls to go to start. After that, it's your turn again. If you have to switch chairs, don't take your money with you. And speaking of money, the person who ends up in the banker's chair becomes the banker. For goodness sake, keep an eye on that person. Even in this game, cheating is a no-no. Whenever some poor slob takes the money from under tough luck, the banker, whoever it is, immediately replaces that money with $500 from the bank. When you place your playing piece on to start at the beginning of the game, you lose no money and lose only your sanity and or your pride. As soon as the cards in the draw pile are all face up, shuffle them face down again, and if you feel like it, continue playing. Don't panic if you or your opponents find a board space or card to be confusing. Don't fight either. Take a vote and play according to the majority rule. To most people, the majority is anything over 50%. However, because you're sufficiently intelligent and persistent to have listened to me this far, you're clearly not most people. Therefore, to determine in your own mind what constitutes a majority, take a vote and decide according to the majority rule. The winner of this game is the first player to lose all of his or her own money. Well, this has been an overview of the Mad Magazine game from Parker Brothers. So, a couple things about this game. The board is stylized in the Mad Magazine comic strip stylization. So, it pretty much looks like a Mad Magazine while you're playing it. It even has the little teeny character drawings randomly on the board on the sides that you would find on the lower pages or in the sides of the borders and things like that. So it has a very Mad Magazine feel to it. Now, unlike normal Monopoly style games, this one's different because you have to lose all of your money. So you have to lose the game to win. So it's, again, Mad Magazine and its oddball style of doing things. You have to do very specific rules with rolling with your left hand. It has Mad Magazine style art cards, so you're bouncing around, changing seats in the game, so that way money's trading hands all over the place. So it doesn't really have a strategy to win this game. It's more of a Mad Magazine game of insanity. The game itself goes online for about $20. It's relatively easy to find, especially since it is an older game. They have multiple printings of it from the late 70s to the early 80s. So if you're really looking for this game, it should be relatively easy to find. The rules on this game are written in the Mad Magazine stylization, so they have some humor into them, as you've just heard. The pieces in this game have that, again, stylization to them, and it has that Monopoly money look to it, again, like the normal Monopoly games and things like that, but it runs way different. Like I said, the game runs for about an hour of game time with 4 players. If you have less than that, I'm pretty sure you could get about 15-20 minutes on a 2-player game, something like that. So overall, it's a relatively quick game to play. It's a game I wouldn't play very often because it can get tedious after a while, but it is a fun game if you want to pull it out for like a family game night randomly, or to inflict on your friends that won't see it coming. So it is a good time to play it. For younger kids, unless they've really gotten into satirical cartoons or Mad Magazines, or they're familiar with that stuff, it may not be for them, especially for some of the modern generations, because it doesn't have any of the modern sensitivities that people sometimes need. But if you want a game that's not taken too seriously, this is a really good option for you. So if you haven't played the Mad Magazine game, I would recommend playing this game. I find it funny. It's satirical. It's got that dark, mad humor to it, and I think it is a good time by just about anyone who picks this thing up. So if you haven't played the Mad Magazine game before, I would recommend playing this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on the Mad Magazine game from Parker Brothers. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please, have a great gaming day.